Have you ever wondered how people decide what to build first, how to prioritize their features and in their product, and how to even build a minimum viable product, and what informs the decision making process? So today I'm going to shed some light on some of the thinking and methodologies and tools that I use to kind of come up with those decisions. So one of them I would like to talk about is called MoSCoW. It's a methodology, and this MoSCoW is an acronym. So MoSCoW is must have, should have, could have, and would have. So it comes up with the word MoSCoW. So this is a method used by product managers, and I've used it a lot of times, just to decide what should we build and what should we leave for later. So you categorize your features or whatever it is, it's your backlog, depending on the stage of development of your product, whether it's early stage from ideation, you want to build a minimum viable product, or it's like a bit later stage and you just want to upgrade, you want to build up on a user story. So you want to categorize some of the backlog that you have using these 4 categories. One category is the must-have. The must-have is the critical, something that's critical to function. This, if I would describe it from like a perspective of building a minimum viable product, is that what is most critical to demonstrate value to the customer. So I tell you, like, if you're building like a chat application, what's most critical is that the user should be able to send and receive messages. That's most critical. So it would be like in the must-have. So for the should-have, they are high priority, but they're not critical to functionality. So they are they're of high use and of high value to the customer, but they're not critical. So you would need to analyze the critical lens. You want to talk to the experts and to the team to advise you on what's critical and what's more of a should have. Then for the could have, are more desirable. So desirable is where you get to a different hierarchy of needs for the user, which is more, maybe it's kind of appeals to a user in a different way. And we could usually say some of these are more like things that are used to delight the customer. They make the customer happy, and they're more maybe things like aesthetics, things that are, they add a little extra. It's like going an extra mile in terms of the product, but they're neither high priority nor critical. Then the won't haves are not, like, it's not because they're not called won't haves because they're unnecessary. They're called won't have because maybe for this build phase, whatever build you are in, whether it's MVP version 1, version 2, the scope and the resources and the value you want to offer is not necessary to have those particular features, but they would be in maybe a later iteration of it. An example I would give for this is that, for example, you're building a mobile application, and at some point you would want it to have some sort of predictive analytics, but you don't have enough data to run machine learning on it. So it would mean that it would probably fall in the won't have in terms of that is more of a different phase of development where you might add that feature. So I hope this helps in you making those decisions in prioritization. This can even be used also for different purposes. So we're going to make priorities. This can help you to prioritize. And I hope you like, share, and subscribe. And we build a knowledge base for the best methodology for product.